Number. Today we're talking about numbers. So not just the ones, the twos, and the threes, but massive numbers. Now we're going to start on the scale of human beings so you guys can comprehend everything I'm saying. A human being is an average of 1.8 meters, or 6 feet something. Shorty. Now the average American car is 4.8 meters. That's almost 3 times bigger than a human. Now let's get even bigger. The average American household is 200 meters. That is pretty big compared to a human. That's around 100 times bigger than a human. But that's not all. A city is usually a couple hundred to 1,000 kilometers in length. Kilometer is 1,000 times bigger than a meter, so that's a couple million meters. That's big, really big. But that's not all. The Earth is 12,656 kilometers in diameter. That's 12,756,000 meters. That is really, really big. But numbers never stop. The sun is 1.4 million kilometers. Not meters, kilometers. I ain't even gonna calculate that in meters. Okay, fine. It's 1,400,000,000. Very big number. Alright, from now on, I'm going to use the sun as a counter for how big something is because these are going to be incredibly big from now on. Alright, now let's get to the big boys of stars. Phi Canis Majoris is 1,420 suns in size. That's a big number, but not a big enough number. Let's get even bigger to the biggest star we know exists. Stephenson 218 is 132 billion, 123 trillion, 150 suns in diameter. Oh my lord. Hey, it's me again. Now we're going to use light years. A single light year is around 9 trillion kilometers. For my American viewers, that's around 6 trillion miles. Alright, now let's go into the biggest black hole ever discovered. 11 solar systems in diameter. Also, it would take a few lights for light to reach the other side. Now we are going to finally use light years. Segway 2 is 400 light years in size, and if you think that's insane, the Milky Way, the galaxy that we live in, is around 100,000 light years. You may be thinking, that's really big. How can anything be bigger than that? I have some bad news. Andromeda, the closest galaxy to us, is double the Milky Way, or 200,000 light years. Alright, from now on I'm going to be using light decades. That's 10 times a light year, or 90 trillion kilometers, or 60 trillion miles. You think Andromeda's big? Well, think again. IC1101, the biggest galaxy in the universe, is 55 light decades, or 550,000 light years. Now that's a big galaxy, but not as big as the entire local group consisting of the Milky Way, Andromeda, and 50 other random dwarf galaxies that I can't name. The local group is 10 million light years, 1 million light decades. That's 100,000 light centuries. It would take you 10 million years to cross it at the speed of light. So you're pretty big numbers. But that's not all. The cluster we live in, or the supercluster we live in, is the Laniakea supercluster. And it's 570 million light years big. That's 57 million light decades in 5.7 million with an M light centuries. But that's not the biggest structure known in the universe. The Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall is 10 billion with a B light years. That's 1 billion light decades and 100 million light centuries. Anyways, the biggest thing we can observe is the observable universe. It's 96 billion light years across. Hope I gave you an existential crisis. Bye-bye.